Hello, glorious, powerful hearts, and welcome back. I am so grateful that you're here with me in this beautiful sacred space. And this evening, I'd love for us to dive into the palpability of royal self-value in staying deeply, richly embodied and presenced in your own almighty divine identity and I am presence in the here and now, knowing who you are in truth, knowing what you are in truth, and feeling the extraordinary power, solidarity, magnetic force, and integrity that this creates inside of your being, which draws all things of your divinity to you. And so this is a really powerful way to move through the world in the present moment. I know who I am as the infinite artisan, and I walk in communion with my own supreme pure intelligence. I am pure divine love, prolific, positive, life-giving, and life-enhancing, gracious, dynamic, gorgeous, blissful, beautiful, powerful energy. I know who I am as the source of my creation. And so my devotion is to being the embodiment of pure, positive, super prosperous energy in the moment. And one of the most powerful, beautiful, graceful ways to crystallize the most exalted magic of this existence is to hold this awareness of our divine identity, to deeply know and feel and resonate who we are as the majesty of infinity, as God, as source, as self, as love, and also to be in communion with the supreme pervasive field of pure awareness and pure intelligence, because we all know that the networks in the field of genius intelligence, the divine mind, the pervasive heart of eternity is always listening to us. In every moment, we are in communication with ourselves and we are in communication with our divine mind. So we emit these beautiful frequency signatures, these thoughts, feelings, frequencies, all of this, our total vibrational symphony of self, we emanate it into the field and it comes directly back to us. So holding the supreme awareness of who we are as the ultimate and recognizing that all that is the ultimate, just bursts such a depth of power and solidity within our being. And now the key is to walk with this, to walk in our fully illumined, radiant body with our pervasive awareness of all being self, all being love, all being the ultimate truth. And in this, also dancing in communion, because it's so easy to be distracted, right? It's easy to be, if we just keep it really simple and focalize it into two spheres, there's the one true reality, and then there's everything else that's going on, right? And so the more that we engender ourselves with the actuality of the one true reality, the more everything else starts to calibrate. As we're moving through life, most of us have some spaces and places of unconsciousness that we're still calibrating to being the pristine chalice of that superconscious intelligence. So when things show up out here that are not a mirror to your almighty, sacred, holy identity and worth and value and all of these things that are innate and inherent to who you be, then a most beautiful thing to do is just continue to draw your energy back in. Do not give any power or any energy to the mirror, to those reflections that would say anything other than the ultimate truth. Meaning, if source wouldn't say it, it's not the ultimate truth. It may be a personal truth or a truth that has been crafted, but it's not the ultimate truth. And so what we're looking to do here is establish cellular resonance and integrity with the ultimate truth in our being. And the less we are affected by, so to remain unaffected, unbothered, and to not give any of our energy to anything anything that is not resonating the ultimate truth, the more we solidify into our divine identity, into our value as a being, as the ultimate, and the more that we're able to then offer and extend that love and that recognition, that deep seeing, hearing, and feeling of another to all other beings and all other life, because we're so solidified in who we are. It's easy to get distracted as we move through this dance, as we dance this dance of life. And so a beautiful space to cultivate a potent pivot that we can make in all moments is, I'm always just going to return to myself. No matter what is arising, I'm going to return to myself. I'm going to claim myself, honor myself, choose myself, adore myself, and remain integral to the frequencies of pure source within my own being and within my own embodiment. It does not matter at all what anyone or anything else is doing, seemingly outside of you. Because again, we are fully accountable to everything that shows up in our experience. We are the creator of every micro bit of data, of reflections, of feedback that is showing up in our world. So reminding ourselves to always come back internal and stay connected to our own supreme essence and being and divine nature, no matter what. And then a very simple way to to anchor this is to walk in communion with the infinite, to be in dialogue with love, our own inner voice, our own inner power, our own ultimate nature, to walk in that holy communion. And really, it's like what this it feels like for me and expresses as in the powerful manifestations that show up in my world is, it's like having like the most, like a super intelligent animal totem that's walking with you, that's like, I got you, I got your back, there are no limitations, I love you unconditionally, I'm here for you always. And this is my own I am presence. It's all of our own I am presences, the field of genius and pure love that loves us unconditionally. It's our own expanded intelligence, and it quite literally is infinite intelligence. There is no power greater to cultivate within ourselves and to walk in communion with. Infinite intelligence has your back. You can manifest anything on a dime in the moment, in communion with your own almighty power source. It's such a powerful way to move through life. And when you've got this going on in your being and in your embodiment, you become a super magnet for all things that reflect and exude your own divinity and gift that right back to you. And if it's not that shows up, you can say, okay, thank you, I love you. Extract your energy, do not give it any of your holy attention. And it will either dissolve out of your experience, or it will shift itself and rise to meet you in your divinity, and it will rise into its own divinity. So this is also us operating from the space. From this space is a palpable service to life, because by virtue of love's resonance, of its frequency, of its power, of its grace, of its majesty, it calls all things into itself. And so it's like the choiceless choice. We all have to embody our mastery, no matter what. And, come to the recognition that we're already embodied mastery, and we are already enlightened divine excellence. Even just that awareness of our innate perfection will root us into the crystallized embodiment of the truth of who and what we are. And so, so that frequency causes everything in our reality to conform, to adapt, to calibrate itself to us. So we must stand firm in the truth of who we are. I am that I am that I am. And I walk in tandem with my own infinite intelligence, which is the infinitely generative, super prosperous power of creation and existence itself, our own pure, luminous awareness, intelligence, and consciousness. And that energy has my back unconditionally, no matter what. I, as that I am presence, my supreme I, has my back. And so we walk this way, and then we become powerful beacons of light and truth and invitations for all other beings to experience their own divinity. So I hope this is just a profound service to your being, that it supports you in your world. Always come back home to here, and every here and now. Relinquish the past and future, let it go, be here in your divine truth, essence, and power, and know that your supreme self is here with you as you. You are it. And the totality of the infinity that you are is always here to love, honor, adore, treasure, support, and uplift you. I love you all so incredibly much, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Take excellent care. Mwah.